Like I said, today should be relatively short. I was just telling Yunchen because Yunchen needs to leave earlier later, right? Okay, we'll be focusing more on using vivid verbs and appropriate vocabulary for compo. I think that's the issue with a lot of students because they are not able to think of suitable verbs so that they can create a vivid imagery in the reader's mind. Usually we want to do that because we want to help the readers imagine. Okay, there's a certain image. Yes, Yunchen, you have a question? Because you raised your hand. Yeah? You want to go toilet? Okay, got it. Yeah, go ahead. Just by the looks of the toilet bowl, I can tell. Yeah, so we're gonna go through grammar MCQ. I think grammar MCQ and editing is something that we will not spend too much time on. We'll spend a bit more time on compo. So a few rules, I think. Yunchen, I thought you should be in the washroom already. You're still laughing on the toilet bowl, is it? Okay. Yeah. So for Chloe, I think you've been doing a good job, renaming yourselves and also turning on your video. Basically, that's what you're supposed to do. And also, if you have a question, you can just type in the chat. If not, you can actually just click on the raise hand function. As you can see, the girls have been raising their hands okay, quite often since just now. So that's usually how we do it here. So if I see you, because when you raise your hand, you'll be prioritized to the front. So I'll be able to see you raising your hand and then I'll just get you to answer the questions, okay? If you need to go toilet, of course, you can inform me using chat. Or if you want to use the ingenious method used by Inxian by putting a toilet bowl there, I think it's fine with me as well, okay? Yeah. So all in all, just be mindful and respectful to everyone here because it's a common space, although it's a cyberspace. But let's just practice some mindfulness here, okay? All right. Now, let's start with your grammar MCQ. That thunderclap was what deafening? Okay, I've marked some of your compo. I've marked some. I don't think any of you have big issues with your grammar. Let me just have a look at your results quickly. Question 1, only one of you got it wrong. Anyone else got it wrong? Some of you did not do your homework. Okay, I can understand because now it's the WA period. So maybe you are very occupied with revising for your WA. So I will let it slide this time around. Okay, because I can understand you are also preparing for your exams and all those. Yeah. Let me have a look. Charusha, you did get it correct, right? Wait. Yeah. Okay, only one of you got it wrong. Yeah. Okay, yeah, shouldn't be a problem. So let me just go through this. It was what? Definite. Okay. So basically what comes after was is actually a simple past tense, right? Simple past tense verb. So it was what? Deafening. Deafening is an adjective, right? It's a descriptive word. It describes something being deafening. So it describes the thunderclap. So that thunderclap, that is a demonstrative, which is actually considered a demonstrative adjective. So, and then thunderclap is basically your noun. Okay, so demonstrative is a determiner. Usually determiners comes before your noun, which means they precede your noun, right? So this one is the subject. This is the verb, of course, and the object at the back. Now, since it comes after a verb, it's possible for it to be an adjective, but you already have an adjective here, right? So in this case, this one has to be an adverb. What does an adverb do? An adverb tells you a little bit more about the verb. It describes the verb. Okay, so out of these four, your adverb is absolutely. Most of the time, those words with ly at the back are your adverbs, right? It's totally not worth it. So it is an adverb. Okay, absolutely is also an adverb. So in this case, the answer is D. Are we okay? Yes. Any questions with regards to this question? I see someone typing in the chat. Who is that? I got it wrong. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, it's fine if you have gotten it wrong. Yeah, at least you make the mistakes here rather than you make the mistakes during your WA. Okay. Now, question 2, you what? Obey your parents and elders. The teacher taught us. So in this case, yes, someone said something. You must. Yeah, you're right. Okay. You must, because this is what we call an imperative, right? All these are your modal verbs. Might, could, shall, should, would, will, must, mustn't, must not. All these are your modal verbs, but there are a certain degree to each of them. So for example, must is an imperative. When I say you must do something, basically you're not given a choice, right? You have to do it. Yeah, you would, he would or would not, that's basically like giving a choice, or rather there are possibilities that it will not happen. You could is basically giving an option, giving a suggestion. You could do this, but you could not do this as well. Okay. Might again it suggests possibility. So in this case, because it's from the perspective of a teacher and it seems like an instruction, it's an imperative modal. So it is must. Yeah. So D. Any questions with this? No? Okay. Next one. Again, it's a speech, it's a direct speech, right? So I want run faster than all the other children, Edison boasted. Okay, so I think a lot of you, anybody got it wrong? I think most of you got it correct. Yeah. So instead, some of you might be considering between A and C. It should not be B, it should not be D because it's not absolute. Okay, it's either can or could, but which one should we choose? Okay, because he still has the ability to run faster because he was boasting, right? So naturally, when you boast something, it should be something that you possess, something that is of your ability. So I can run faster. So he's declaring, okay? It's like a declarative model. I can do it. She can play the piano. Okay, he can climb the mountains. Yeah, so that's a declarative modal verb. Any questions? No, no, no. Okay. Yeah, I think all of you did quite well. That modal verbs are not too difficult because a lot of times it's quite obvious which one is it, unless we're talking about the different tenses. Yeah. Okay, you have good communication skills. I am sure you what clear the interview. Yes, Yun Chen. Are you raising your hands or? Yeah.
Is the answer B?
Yes. Okay. Now in this case, you are very sure. Okay. The word sure tells you that, right? You have good communication skills. I'm sure you will. So it's something that is absolute. Yeah, you will clear the interview. Okay, next one is again direct speech. I would try very hard and win the Olympic medal one day, the athlete said. Yes, Darusha.
A.
Very good. Yes, again, this is something that it's more like, it's not that he's sure, but he is quite determined in a way, right? I will try very hard. So it's like a promise to himself. I will try very hard and win the Olympic medal one day. Would is past tense, so it's out. Okay, I may or might basically means that is some form of uncertainty. So this one, you are actually quite certain that you will try hard. It's like a promise. Okay? Like if I were to say you will win, means I'm also certain. Okay, I do think that you will win. Yeah. So these are the answers to the grammar MCQ. Overall, all of you, I think you did a good job. Oh my goodness, who's that at the back? Who's that? Is that your photo? The previous one doesn't look like you though. Okay, now the next one is editing. Okay, do take note that editing usually does not test you on punctuation. Okay, it only tests you on either spelling or grammatical error. Yeah, so in this case, any volunteers to read this passage? Yes, Liana.
Every 4 years, athletes from around the world gather to compete in events such as sprinting, long jump, discus, snowboarding, and figure skating as a part of the Olympics.
Okay, let's pause there for a while. Okay, athletes. How do we spell athletes?
ATHLETES.
ATHLETES. Athletes. Very good. Okay, this one is a spelling error. One of you actually forgot to put an S at the back. Yeah, so it has to be plural because the word form here is plural as well. So you have to be consistent. Usually there can only be one mistake. If it's a spelling mistake, then it has to be spelling mistake. There won't be like spelling plus grammar mistake all at once. Okay. Right. And the next one, compete, Liana. Gather to compete.
Compete, COMPETE.
Good. Okay. Gather to compete in events such as sprinting, long jump, discus, snowboarding, and figure skating as part of the Olympics. Okay, who is next? Yes, in chat.
For question,
From here, their prize.
their prize, bragging rights for their home country, plus, shiny medals. Winner don't always get a medal though.
Okay, right. Bragging. Is that a spelling mistake or is it a grammatical error? Okay, yes, that's right. Okay, but I might just have to write over it because eventually if I have to move to them, if I have to save this document, your word will disappear because of it being on Zoom. For your case, right, when you annotate, it's on Zoom. Okay, but when from my side, when I annotate, it's actually on PowerPoint slides, so I can save it later. So not to worry, the slides with annotations will be posted on your student account. So then after that, you can have access to it also if you want to refer to it. Okay, by the way, have you all realized that we actually have a last segment in your homework? There's a word bank, right? Vocabulary bank session.
I don't know what to write in there. I ran out of time to do it.
I was like writing like the halfway, all the difficult words I know. Then it was time's up.
Yeah, I saw that. What you can do is you can always go back to, basically you're supposed to put in words which you find difficult in your assignment and then search for the meaning. So what does it do? During exam period, you can actually come back, retrieve all these words which you've acquired and, just do it for revision. So it's just something additional which we want to do for you. Okay, but of course, if you have no time, you don't have enough time to finish it, then you can just leave it blank, it's fine. Okay. Okay, so these people, when they win, right, they will brag rights for their home country, plus of course, shiny medals. And next sentence, who's next? Chloe, would you like to try? Next one? No? Okay.